Hey, what's up, Wagwan? Why pre my charges? It's Yaad Made Gaming back with another episode of the Outer Worlds, right where we left off, bro. So we're gonna jump into the freaking last mission on Tartarus, finally, last main quest, and I think the game will end after that, but I don't know how long the freaking quest is anyway. So we still haven't been to Typhon and Hephaestus as yet. Maybe those are side quests or faction quests or whatever, but let's go to Tartarus. You're about to assault the labyrinth on Tartarus and determine the fate of the Halcyon colony. Save made after this point can only finish the main story on Tartarus. Side quests and downloaded content such as Peril Gorgon and Meridon Eridanus will be unavailable for any saves made beyond this point. Alright, so see, that's why I did the DLCs. I've done, because it says you can't do the DLCs if you complete the last freaking quest. So Peril Gorgon, Meridon Eridanus will be unavailable for any saves made after this point. And what did it say? Save made after this point can only finish the main story on Tartarus. Side quests and downloaded content such okay. So I won't be able to do any of the side quests now. So all of the side quests that I have are active right now, and the faction quest, I won't be able to do them again. If there's anything you want to do before you enter the prison, do it now before you cross the point of no return. Will you continue? Yes. Will you like to save? Yes. Alright, make a new save instead of on the other saves.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Know anything useful about Tartarus?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
Nice try, but not happening.
Understood. If you die or are incarcerated for life, I can generate a new ID for the next captain. I would prefer if you returned, though. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
From the prison's docking authority.
Unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
How long will that take? Well, of all the places to get arrested, what the hell is with people and landing violations? Wait, this isn't Terra 2? My mistake. Let's go. How long would that take?
It'll take a bit longer than it takes you to lose your patience and storm out of your ship looking to get shot. To be honest, that'd make my job a lot easier. You come out, we shoot you full of holes, and then everyone goes about their day worry-free.
Alright, brother.
You'll be dead.
Persuade, hey, how do I know you're a real officer under that helmet? Show me your biometric ID. Intimidate. You hullhead, don't you know who I am? Transmit your biometric ID so I know who to fire. Alright, whatever. Let's go persuade.
Alright, I'm feeling generous. I'm transmitting the ID of a productive, law-abiding employee so you can see what one looks like before you die. Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that, just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge. How can I be of assistance?
Alright, talk to you later, Ada.
Captain.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is unload some of the junk I have on me in this locker. Oh, it was 2 lockers? Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna unload some of my junk and then get to it. Alright, boys, let's go! Alright, so you know who I'm gonna take with me because these new guys probably are under-leveled, so they probably won't last too long. So I'm gonna take Parvati and Nyoka. Definitely. See, I put them in matching outfits except for the helmets, but anyway, and I'm wearing a similar outfit too. So let's continue with them. Felix was higher level and was surviving longer than Parvati, but I think Parvati has caught up to him now, or at least
the captain did right by us once. Now it's our turn. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I reign. Push on, my guy.
the fuck.
Somebody touch garbage up there.
So I'm helping the guys from the Groundbreaker right now. Which is which, by the way? These are the Groundbreaker guys. Mardet. Oh shit, they dead. Who shot them? 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 Seriously, who's shooting? Oh,
Are you new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
I was hired to test your security procedures. Congratulations, you passed.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, sir.
I'll be sure to pass this on to your supervisor.
Much appreciated. I'll get out of your way.
Corporate. Okay. He's a corporate, whatever. Okay, gotcha. So the Mardet ones were actually the people from the Groundbreaker. They died, but I didn't see who was shooting them, bro.
Keen on walking into a prison. They lock me up, I'm liable to kill everyone trying to get back out.
This might be the loneliest place in the whole system.
Don't worry about that, girls. We're gonna make it. This mantis hat, bro. It's the same one I'm wearing too. Sorry, I gotta plan my route here. Alright, so we're on the wrong floor. We need to go down to the 3rd floor. If we go to the left, there's stairs, and then to the right, then to the right again, and there's our stairs down. The rooms I probably could check, but
Whew. We have a lot of shooting to do, Captain.
yep. Where was that map again? Okay, so we'll go to the left. Oh, the left actually has stairs. Then we go to the right. That leads us to a restricted area. But left actually leads us down again. So I guess we can just go this way. We need to go all the way out there. Gotta make it as fast as we can, bro, because we're in the camouflage things, and it runs out with movements. I don't want to be asked any questions right now.
Keep your eyes out for distance.
Should we be going through that door? Sealed, damn. Use terminal. Only personnel alone can. Personal control, implement safety equipment, office supply. Damn. Alright, so go to this door. Ah, no. That door won't work. Brother. Alright. It's sealed. So where do I go though? Where do I go? Because as soon as I move from here, these things are gonna ask me questions. Sealed. Oh shit, he's seen me, he saw me.
Not so. Are you new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
Persuade, are you talking with me? Talking on your shift?
Oh, that's great. Thank you, sir.
Just use the
Much
same lie.
appreciated. I'll get out of your way.
Alright, here's a... Is this an elevator? Yes, it works. Oh, there it is, there it is. Oh, come on, girls. Alright, we're on the same level now. Open, yes. So what level is this? It's still on floor 3, it's just a bit taller. Okay. Transition to the pit! Transition to the pit! Alright. Oh, we're in the pit. We got guns drawn. We need to get over there. What's the best route? I guess we can just go there. Okay. But it's locked, I can bet. Oh, we have picks. We can pick it. We can hack it. Use terminal access storage manifest. Blah 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 blah. A whole lot of stuff. Note from your favorite warden, please do not leave perishables in here. We mark this as cold storage because we're starting to move pods here. This is not an actual freezer. Next time I find a decomposing woolly cow box in here, I'm leaving it on the air conditioning intake for a week. Architectural records. Structural changes needed to accommodate hibernation chambers in the LBR NTH facility. An analysis from engineers Rodfield, Crane, and Geist. Beginning with the requirement that every chamber receive a constant supply of at minimum 34 kilowatts and that occupants of these chambers be injected with a steady supply of UDL's patented Veto hibernation fluid, and this run-on sentence carries on for 12 pages before finally concluding. Okay then. And thus, in order to maintain structural integrity throughout the area designated the pit, we recommend that chambers are installed in cylindrical fashion around a supporting structure dug into the crust of Tartarus to a maximum depth of. This concludes extended for another 2 pages. Okay. This conclusion extends for another 2 pages. Give me this hacking terminal. What are these? Heavy ammo. Pick up vermin tool. I know moving to pick up these random stuff actually depletes my camo, but why not? Put the gun down. We made it, girls, to this another lift without any questions. Alright, so I see how the girls look. How do I look? So if I do this and raise the gun, how do I look then? Or still has the gun in his hand, either way. Okay. Alright, girls, where do we go? We need to get over there. Can we walk past? I wish this thing had a longer charge. The camouflage thing. Hide. It ran out, so hide. Why are you two so far away? Alright, look at this, look at this. There was something that I found. Let's see. Distance. Close. Let's see if I put them close, how close they actually stay. How close do they actually stay? Come on. But now they're even farther away. They're not they're not following me at all. Oh, there you are. Okay. All I needed to do was ask another question, but answer another question. Well, let's try to sneak around a bit. We're going. Oh shit. Oh. Is it in the same room? Alright, there's a door. So we either go that way or that. Okay. We need to stick to this side. There's a dude over here though. Shit. Oh shit, there's another one right there. Get around.
What? Hey!
Hey, yeah, peace on me.
I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
Persuade. Are you talking while you're on shift, bro?
No, don't tell anyone, please.
Everyone gets one mistake. Just don't do it again.
Whew. Thank you.
Alright, I can get up. The pit. Sealed. Unsealed door. Exit.
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? Couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be.
Ah, I knew I smelled Monarch when you lot walked in. The stench of sulfur, depression, and desperate bravado is unmistakable.
Keep talking, and you'll be smelling iron. Ain't nobody so important I won't put a bullet in him.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
Okay, so I take it that he will say different things depending on which one of the companions you bring. I would love to hear all of the dialogue, but unfortunately we can only bring two unless we reset. Chairman Rockwell, I presume. What's this announcement? Get out of my way, Rockwell.
I'm not in your way, you dullard. You talk to me. You
No?
want to go die in a blaze of glory? Be my guest. Besides, I don't know what you think you're doing here, but Sophia's doing good work up there with Phineas. Your efforts will be in vain.
Please, Phineas would rather die than cooperate. That rotten bastard. I'll see for myself when I get to him. Let's go. Phineas will...
Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle.
That crackpot is saving the frozen colonists you gave up on. No time to lose then. I need to get him. Let's go for the top one.
Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed.
Yeah, I understand.
That'll solve our starvation problems.
Yeah.
I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
We're helping, which is more than you can say.
I don't really know if we're helping,
I'm
but
making actual progress
this is what
towards
we're gonna do.
stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way.
you know, I wouldn't have to if you would be more cooperative about all this. You know, the thought of honesty. The thought honestly hadn't crossed my mind. I'm just trying to help. You'd prefer to keep riding this downward spiral? I can fix this place. Alright, let's go for the top one.
Oh, right. This coming from the psychopathic outlaw. Yes, I'll try to be more open-minded about your path of wanton descent. We don't need your help.
With your temperament, it's just business, Rockwell. Your resources and or gumption, we could do so much. All right, persuade. With your resources and some of the folks on the Hope, we could do a lot.
I'll admit, there's no shortage of talent in the scientists and engineers there. Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your plan.
Good, maybe some good can come out of all this after all. You're damn right you will, otherwise I'm coming for you next. Alright, let's go. Top one, good. Oh, I thought that shit was gonna attack me, bro. So another restricted area. You have limited movement through. Yep. The pit exit. Same distance all around. Alright, let's go left. Oh, there's a dude there. There's a dude to the right too, so let's go, whatever. You can hear the freaking cloak thing run out.
What the fuss is about a blasted lab coat? Fugitive's a fugitive. Let it go.
Yeah, I probably should have gone right.
Keep your shoulders up.
We made it!
Really doing this, huh? Take a breath now, folks. Once we're up there, I suspect we ain't gonna have time to stop shooting.
The cloaking device got us this far without shooting anyone. But, oh shit, that surprised me. It frightened me a fuck.
Uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've been working with Dr. Wells from the beginning. When we moved to arrest him, he was prepared. I lost good soldiers in the attempt.
Zine?
You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
Silver Sophia, stand down. We're liberating Halcyon and there's not a damn thing you can do to stop us. You sure love talking. Do they pay you word by word? Alright, it's over, Sophia, stand down.
I'm afraid I can't do that. I'm aware of your diplomatic talents, Captain. You have a gift for manipulation, but I warn you, I'm no easy mark. For all your talents, you are the enemy of Halcyon, and therefore you are my enemy.
I'm here for Phineas, let him go. And you're going to do your duty or die trying. I get it. Let's move it along. Have it your way. I'm going to enjoy putting you down. Alright, I'm here for Phineas, let's go.
You make a nuanced and compelling argument. Here's my rebuttal. No.
Alright,
Dr.
then.
Wells is being held in my custody. His cooperation will prove invaluable, even if I have to beat it out of him. All that's left to do is put down this riot, arrest you, and then get on with the bloody business of saving this colony.
Let's talk about this. Don't test me, Sophia. It's bad for your health. You don't understand. Phineas is my friend. I'm not leaving without him. I don't enjoy the thought of killing you. There's been enough violence already. Let's go for that one.
In that we are in agreement. An end to violence is precisely what I want. An end to chaos. An end to senseless loss of life. The only obstacle standing in my way is you. I wish you'd simply cooperated with me. You're the finest marksman in Halcyon. You could have been my gun.
Let's talk about this.
Fair enough. I'm giving you exactly one chance to parley with me.
Oh shit, intimidate heavy weapons, two-handed melee. I'm not giving you a chance to walk away before I turn you into a bloody mess. On second thought, I'm done talking to you. Alright, so the only thing I can do is intimidate.
This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry, I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically or something.
Alright, let's go. RAM. That's it. Alright, hold on. Oh shit! Oh shit, bro. That shit just weapons to a ranged weapon spread. Let's no, I don't wanna do that. Consume that dexterity, personality, whatever. Alright, let me figure out what items I need to pop. Body attributes, harmful effects, duration, dexterity, mind attributes, same weapon spray, harmful status effects, range weapon spread. Alright, that's the same thing. All of these basically do the same thing, bro. Melee weapon attack, walk speed minus crash. Da 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 da. Armor rating plus 10, critical damage plus 15, critical damage again, armor rating plus 10 again. Alright. Weapon attack speed. Bro, most of these things do the same exact thing. 200 natural health. Don't know what that does actually because I didn't read it. I just saw 200 natural health. There's always time for purple berry. Cracked cheese, premium nuts, purple berries, all packed in refrigerated carbohydrates plus 200 natural health. Okay. Is that a healing item? Alright. Alright, that's crit. I should change your attack patterns from mixed to just oh shit, I'm dying. The other robots were messing me up. It's down. Oh, they're down too? Since I took that one out? Okay, cool. Take, thank you. Thank you for the ammo. Alright, we need to go up there. Sophia. Use the hibernation key. You know.
Die.
Why are you falling? Are you dead already? Did one of the girls shoot you? Because I didn't. That was quite easy, Sophia. Like, you didn't even make that hard. I guess because the robot was supposed to be hard, so for you were kind of easy. One of the girls shot her, bro, before I even fired a bullet.
Made it. I can hardly believe my eyes. You didn't have to do this, you know. Risk your life just to save mine.
Are you alright? What did they do to you? Are you kidding? The board never stood a chance against me. You know I wouldn't let anything happen to you, Phineas. Do you have any idea how much trouble I went through to save you? Alright, go for the top one.
I'm alright. Akande wanted my cooperation, and she was prepared to beat it out of me. If you hadn't arrived, I might have given it. You've left the board in tatters, but Halcyon is still on the verge of starvation. I just hope we're not too late. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
Eh? I would assume so. I don't like the sound of that at all. Great. And I was just about to pop open some drinks and celebrate. I'm really not in the mood. I guess there was another ending we could have taken. We could have taken the side of Sophia and just turned Wells in. I don't know which one was the better ending, but I was rocking with Wells, and I mean, I don't like the sound of that at all.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
So we've got to make do on our own.
So why didn't you mention?
Seems to me that'll make us stronger in the end anyhow.
You're quite right. We've got no choice but to make do on our own.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. Earth isn't going to help us. No one's going to help us now. We're alone out here, and I don't know if we're going to survive.
Was Halcyon a planet, or is it like the whole solar system that we've been traveling through? Because I think it was a planet, right? So why are they so hell-bent on just Halcyon? The other planets don't have anything? Eridanus is just... On the Eridanus planet, it's just the floating rock that we were able to explore. Like, I don't know, bro. There are so many other planets. So you can't get anything from the other planets to help Halcyon? Alright, we have a lot of work ahead of us. We'd best get started. Wait, hold on. I need to ask you something.
Yes, certainly. I'll help however I can.
What do you think happened? How do you know all this? You mentioned the frigate disappearing. You said there haven't been any messages from Earth. How do you know all this?
I heard it from Akande herself. She tried to pressure me into joining her side, you see. Tried to make me realize that all hope is lost, and that we are alone. She was half right. We are alone, and we're going to have to fend for ourselves, because there's no telling what's happened to Earth.
You mentioned a frigate disappearing.
You might have heard of the Earth Directorate's frigate. Half the colony's entire military was on that ship. They were returning to Earth when they vanished without a trace. That was 2 years ago. We haven't heard a word from them since. Whatever happened to Earth likely happened to them.
Alright, cool. What do you think happened?
I don't know what happened, but something must have gone horribly wrong. I don't know why Earth's gone silent. I don't even know if Earth exists anymore. We have no connection back to Earth, and return is likely impossible. We're completely alone out here.
Alright. I don't have any more questions. We've got work to do.
I had hoped your fellow colonists might hold the key to saving Halcyon, but I don't have nearly enough chemicals to revive them all. I'll do what I can. I just hope it's not too late. It's time I return to my lab. I'll try to save as many of the Hope's colonists as I can. You're under no obligation to help me. You've done enough already.
I've got plans. With the chairman in my pocket, no one's going to know I'm running the colony. I'm going to run this colony myself. I've already convinced the chairman to take my side. You don't have to ask, I'll help. I'm going to do what I've always done. Whatever I want all the time. Alright, I'm going to run this colony myself.
Chairman? I don't know why you let that heartless creature live, but I'll have to trust your judgment. We were going to save this colony, you know. That's what I told myself when I pulled you from the Hope. You and I were going to set everything right. Now, I don't know what to think. Earth is gone, and we're going to need a miracle to survive another generation. I always suspected Halcyon might collapse one day. I just thought we would have more time.
Okay. Completed the Outer Worlds on any difficulty.
Everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Left unchecked, the war on Monarch consumed both MSI and the Iconoclasts. And when the sulfur cloud settled, only stragglers from both factions remained. Some found their way to Sublight, some to Terra 2, and some lived their final years fighting for food in the wilderness. In the end, only the beasts remained.
Oh shit, I should have...
Salvage adapted to the changes in Halcyon, shifting their business model to suit the times. Their claims of legitimacy were scrutinized, but ultimately unquestioned. Lilia Hagen would continue to protect her family as ruthlessly as ever. After returning to Edgewater, the deserters negotiated workplace reforms with Reed Thompson, including a single day of rest, which came to be known as a weekend. As the world around him changed, Thompson found himself pining for the old days. He was known to spend his weekends in the cantina, nursing one of the few remaining bottles of Zero G, and repeating to himself, "It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice." As for Adelaide McDevitt, she tended to her garden in solitude for another year before passing away. Her body was discovered some months later, when Reed Thompson paid her a visit in an effort to make amends. Her remains were buried in a place of honor, underneath the floor of the Edgewater Cannery. Reed believed this was what she always wanted. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Even
Come
the
on.
Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. The destroyed Adrenatime synthesizer became a symbol of the board's cruelty and a rallying point for Wells and his scientists as they sought to build a more humane, ethical Halcyon.
Okay.
They cleared the dead from Gorgon's laboratories and repurposed them to aid in the crucial work of solving the colony's nutrition crisis. Unfortunately, their best efforts would not be enough. What began with hope and promise eventually fizzled out. The Gorgon Project's final explosive end was bittersweet for Olivia Ambrose. She wandered the colony's fringes alone, searching for others like her who despised the board and meant to destroy them. In time, she found Phineas Wells and his cadre of scientists, and she joined them in their efforts to save Halcyon. For a while, she even knew an uneasy peace. But for all that, Olivia found purpose in Wells' project. She was always haunted by the memory of her daughter, Minnie, who hadn't lived to see the better world they were building. She never did forgive herself for the horror her work had wrought on Halcyon. But she remembered fondly the daring captain who'd put an end to it at last. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life, Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda.
Damn.
In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She quietly disappeared from public view.
Oh.
The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, slug headgear became fashionable in the following years.
Okay then.
As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option.
Okay, Spencer,
Having
help.
learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds.
A radio serial,
His
okay.
subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both. After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows. Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care.
Good for Bertie.
The dairy rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably. although the only one brave enough to say this to his face, was promptly headbutted. Due to the board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path.
And what's that?
Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness. Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses, sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity.
Okay, then.
The Prophet was not among the bodies.
So she led them
Ellie savored her
to
adventures
off
on the
themselves.
Unreliable. Once they were done, she returned to life as usual, running missions of dubious legality, shunning respectable work, and living life to the fullest. She meant to reach out to her one-time captain, but she was always bad at keeping in touch. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. After all he'd seen and heard adventuring with you, the vicar Maximilian de Soto renounced his faith and joined the effort to rebuild the colony. Ironically, he finally found the joy that had eluded him over the course of his life, and realized that perhaps he was always meant to be just a simple laborer after all. He quickly dismissed the idea. Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood. While the colony fell into chaos, she found an island of relative peace with Ada, and they formed an unusual bond. She decided to remain aboard the Unreliable permanently, as its chief and sole engineer. As hard as she tried to drink them away, Nyoka's memories eventually overcame her. Traveling with the crew served as a constant reminder of the family she'd lost, and so she eventually returned to Monarch to get back to what she found most comfortable: the deep end of a bottle and the far end of a trail. Few have seen her since, but travelers often swear they hear her and her machine gun in the night, screaming swears and spitting bullets. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He was never able to come to terms with his own past, troubled by the decision of placing all his faith in the first colonist he ever revived, the infamous captain of the Unreliable. The revival project yielded mixed results. Phineas, weighed down by limited support and his own guilt, struggled to revive more than a handful of scientists and engineers. They made a heroic effort to solve the colony's problems, but with small numbers and facing long odds, their solutions never caught on. Only a few of the Hope's colonists were successfully revived. Wells died before he could see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a haunted man, crushed by the guilt of his failures. Small, petty factions squabble over what remains of the colony. Every attempt to reach out to Halcyon's neighbors is met with silence. And what about you? the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon. You brought an end to the riot on Tartarus and partnered with Chairman Rockwell to run the colony together. As Halcyon looked toward the future, you remained a constant presence in the colony's administration. You were never weighed down by bureaucracy, and you never had to dirty your hands with politics. You had people who did that for you. By your influence, Halcyon survived the turbulent years that were to follow.
Okay.
No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Bro, there's one thing though with all that. My actions caused a lot of ruin to the story and to Halcyon. But there's one thing, the faction quest. Because I did not complete the faction quest versus the war versus the iconoclast and whoever, most of them died out and their planet got overrun by monsters because I didn't complete the faction quest. Bro, there's too many things in this game that you have to complete before doing the last mission. Well, if I wasn't playing it for YouTube, then maybe I would have done them, but because I'm on YouTube, I couldn't have spent that much time doing them unless I'm gonna dedicate months to playing this game. But anyway, we saw the end, and at the end there it says Halcyon eventually survived all of the crap with me, my character as the leader, and the chairman helping me. Alright, so if you guys made it this far, can we continue? What happens if I hit the continue button? Okay, so it's one of those games that reloads right before you finish the last mission. I hate games like that, but in this game it's not too bad. I really hate when games do that. Whenever you hit continue, it doesn't put you into the end game. It puts you, or after the end game, it puts you right back to before you complete the last mission. But what could I do this then? Could I go back and complete these faction quests and get a different ending? Space-time continuum. Enter the secret lab in Quesadia. Colonies, retrieve gunships. Oh, but some of the faction quests have disappeared. It looks like some of the faction quests have disappeared. But I guess I could go back and do some of these then, right? And then see if I could get a different ending. But anyway, I'll do that on my own time. If you guys made it this far, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. The colony faced some hardships after we did all this. We didn't revive all the scientists because I didn't steal all of the chemical that I needed because I didn't want all those people in the tanks to die. So I stole just a tiny bit. So we only revived a tiny bit of the frozen colonists. But even though Wells didn't see everything and a lot of shit happened, the end of the story, it says Halcyon still survived the dark times with my leadership along with the chairman. Anyway, I'll see you in the next game, and please check out something else on the channel. Meantime, big up your damn self. I'm out.